Have you ever looked in the mirror at 80 and asked yourself, when did things start to feel so different? You remember being strong, active, and constantly surrounded by loved ones. You remember the noise of family dinners, the laughter of children, the endless tasks that once filled your day. And now, somehow, it is quieter. Your hands are still capable. Your heart is still loving. But something inside has changed. You spent your entire life building, caring, giving. You gave your best years to your family, your work, and your community. But no one ever truly told you what to expect after 80. They did not tell you how your body would shift, how your world would get quieter, or how your thoughts would turn inward. They did not tell you that even with all your experience, this chapter would bring its own lessons. This video is not here to scare you. It is here to walk beside you. We are going to talk about 5 changes that happen to almost everyone once they reach their 80s. Changes that are not talked about enough. Changes that are real, human, and deeply emotional. But more importantly, we are going to talk about how to meet those changes with strength, dignity, and peace of mind. Whether you are already in your 80s or caring for someone who is, these insights may help you understand what is happening and how to live with more grace, comfort, and confidence. If you have ever felt like no one understands what you are going through, know this: you are not alone. Millions of seniors across the world feel these changes too. And once you understand them, you can stop fighting against them and start living in a way that truly honors who you are today. So please, stay with me until the end. The things you are about to hear might change the way you view aging, and they might help you embrace this next chapter as the most powerful yet. Let us begin. 1. Your body slows down, even if your spirit does not. At 80, your heart still holds dreams. Your spirit still wants to go, do, and feel alive. But your body, your faithful companion for decades, starts to move at a different pace. This shift is not sudden, but it becomes unmistakable. You might notice that tasks that once seemed small, getting dressed, preparing meals, walking to the mailbox, now take more time, more energy, more patience. You may feel winded more easily, or find yourself sitting down more often just to catch your breath. This is not a sign of failure. It is a natural result of a long journey. As we grow older, our muscles slowly shrink and lose strength, a process known as sarcopenia. It does not mean you are weak. It means your body is reminding you to care for it differently. Your bones may become thinner and more fragile, making falls more dangerous. Even your heart and lungs adjust, working a little slower, recovering a little longer. Let me tell you about John, a retired teacher from Ohio. John is 82 now, and for most of his life he was always moving, teaching, walking, fixing things around the house. But recently, he noticed something had changed. His legs would tire quickly. Climbing stairs felt harder than it used to. For a while, he felt discouraged. But instead of giving in, John decided to adapt. He met with a physical therapist who showed him gentle exercises and stretches. Within a few weeks, his balance improved, and he felt steadier and more in control. He says now, "I may not be fast, but I still move forward." That is the message here. Movement may change, but it does not have to stop. You can support your body by taking short walks every day, even inside your home, doing light strength training with resistance bands or small weights, practicing stretching or chair yoga to improve flexibility, eating well, plenty of protein, whole foods, and staying hydrated. And perhaps most importantly, listen to your body. Rest when it needs rest. Push gently when it feels strong. This is no longer the time for overdoing, but it is still the time for doing. If your joints ache, talk to your doctor about safe exercises or supports. If stairs are hard, consider home modifications. These changes are not about giving up. They are about continuing to live on your terms with dignity and independence. You carried your children. You carried your burdens. You carried generations on your shoulders. Now, let routines carry you. Let support systems carry you. Let wisdom guide how you care for this body that has served you for so long. You have not stopped being strong. You are learning a new kind of strength, the strength of endurance, of grace, and of slowing down with purpose. Coming up next, we will talk about how your thinking changes and how it can still be one of your greatest gifts. 2. Your thinking may slow, but your wisdom deepens. You may first notice it in the middle of a conversation. A word you once used with ease suddenly takes a few extra seconds to come. A name you have known for decades slips from your memory. Or you might read a paragraph, only to find yourself needing to reread it to understand it fully. This is not a loss of intelligence. It is not a sign of dementia. It is the brain's natural way of adjusting with age. As we enter our 80s, our mental processing, how fast we absorb, recall, and respond, may become slower. This change is perfectly normal. The brain is still sharp, still rich with knowledge, but it simply needs a little more time. Think of it like a wise old library. Everything is still there, but it takes a little longer to find the right book. You might worry when this happens. Many seniors do. But here is the truth. Slowing down is not the same as losing ability. In fact, your brain is more experienced than ever. Your vocabulary remains strong. Your understanding of people, of life, of what really matters, those things often grow deeper with age. Let me tell you about Evelyn, an 80-year-old artist from New Mexico. Evelyn says, "I forget little things sometimes, but I feel like I understand people better now. I see more clearly what matters." She keeps her mind active with daily painting, reading, and a weekly book club. She says, "It is not about remembering everything. It is about staying interested." And that is key. Stay interested. Stay mentally engaged. Do puzzles. Read books that make you think. Listen to music. Try new things, even small ones. Learn to play a new game. Take up a new hobby. Talk to people who challenge your thoughts. You are not trying to compete with youth. You are building the kind of mind that grows deeper with time. Also, keep in mind that emotional understanding often sharpens with age. Seniors tend to read people better, handle conflict with more grace, and focus on what truly matters. That is not a decline. That is wisdom. You have lived through loss, love, change, and challenge. You have raised families, made hard choices, and carried burdens no one saw. And now, your mind may not race the way it once did, but it reflects a life well lived and a soul that has grown strong through time. So, if you find yourself taking a moment longer to speak or think, do not feel embarrassed. Feel proud, because what you say now carries the weight of a lifetime. Coming up next, we will talk about how your social world changes after 80 and why fewer friends might actually mean more peace. 3. Your social circle may shrink, but it becomes more meaningful. One of the quiet truths of turning 80 is that your social world often begins to narrow. It does not happen all at once, but gradually, the invitations slow down. Old friends move away, or sadly, pass on. Social energy feels different. You may no longer feel up to large gatherings or long phone calls. And over time, you might realize your circle is smaller than it once was. This change can feel lonely at first. After all, You spent decades surrounded by family, friends, co-workers, neighbors. There was always someone dropping by, calling, needing something. And now, silence visits more often. But here is the unexpected gift. The relationships that remain become deeper, richer, and more meaningful. You begin to see clearly who truly matters. The ones who still call just to check in. The ones who sit with you in quiet moments without needing to say much. The ones who know your stories without explanation. Margaret, 84, from Vermont, knows this shift well. For years, she was part of a weekly bridge group with a dozen friends. Now, only a few of them remain. But she says, "The friends I still have, I hold close. We talk about real things, we support each other." This is what often happens after 80. The surface-level friendships fade, and what remains are the bonds that nourish your soul. You begin to value presence over popularity, listening over talking, quality over quantity. Of course, it is still important to stay socially connected, even if in simpler, quieter ways. A short walk with a neighbor, a video call with your grandchildren, a conversation at church, or your local senior center. These moments matter more than you may realize. They remind you that you are still seen, still valued, still part of something larger. And remember, it is never too late to make new connections. Join a local class or group that matches your interests. Attend community events that welcome seniors. Technology, too, can be a bridge, whether it is a Facebook message from a distant cousin or a Zoom call with your old friend across the country. Your social world may look different now, but it can still be full of warmth, laughter, and meaning. Because the truth is, some of life's most beautiful conversations happen in the quietest rooms. Coming up next, we will explore how your senses begin to shift after 80, and how these changes can affect everything from safety to joy. 4. Your senses change. But life can still be rich. At 80, the world may start to sound, look, and taste a little different. Perhaps you notice it in the morning. Birds you used to hear clearly now sound more distant. The newspaper print seems smaller. Meals that once burst with flavor feel muted or bland. These changes can feel unsettling, but they are not unusual. They are a natural part of the aging process, and with the right support, they do not have to steal joy from your life. Hearing is often one of the first senses to shift. You might struggle to follow conversations in noisy rooms or ask people to repeat themselves. Vision may fade, especially in low light, and reading small print can become difficult. Your sense of taste and smell might decline as well, making food less enjoyable, and sometimes leading to loss of appetite. Harold, an 83-year-old retired carpenter from Pennsylvania, described how family dinners became harder to follow. He felt left out of conversations, unsure when people were laughing or when someone was speaking to him. But once his daughter helped him get fitted for hearing aids, everything changed. "I could laugh at the jokes again," Harold said. "I felt included." There is help. Today's hearing aids are more discreet and more effective than ever. Magnifiers, large print books, and brighter lighting can help with reading. Taste and smell can be stimulated with fresh herbs, spices, and a varied diet that includes colorful, flavorful foods. Regular checkups with an audiologist or eye doctor are essential, as is speaking openly with your loved ones about what you are experiencing. More importantly, remember this: sensory loss does not mean emotional loss. You can still feel deeply. You can still enjoy music, meaningful conversation, the warmth of touch, and the beauty of a sunset. Sometimes, when one sense changes, another becomes more pronounced. You may hear less, but see more beauty. You may taste less, but feel greater gratitude in shared meals. You may read less, but listen more intently. Life shifts, but it does not stop offering richness. Adaptation is not defeat. It is a form of wisdom. By embracing tools and small lifestyle changes, you are not giving up. You are choosing to continue engaging fully with the world around you. Coming up next, we will talk about one of the most powerful emotional shifts that happens in your 80s and how it can bring unexpected peace and purpose. 5. You begin to reflect deeply on life's meaning. At 80, a quieter kind of clarity often begins to unfold. There is a slowing down, not just in the body but in the pace of life, that creates room for reflection. Many seniors describe this time not as an ending, but as a season of understanding, a time when the noise fades and the heart begins to speak more clearly. You may find yourself thinking about the past, not with regret, but with tenderness. The people you loved, the places you called home, the mistakes you made, and the lessons you learned. This kind of reflection is not dwelling, it is honoring. Robert, an 82-year-old former teacher from Ohio, has made reflection part of his daily life. Every morning, he sits quietly with his tea. He thinks about the students he taught, the children he raised, the wife he loved and lost. "I no longer chase things," he says. "I savor them." Many elders find that this chapter brings surprising peace. The urgency to prove something fades. What replaces it is a deep desire to be present, to offer wisdom, to live gently, and to leave something meaningful behind. You might feel called to write letters to old friends, to share your stories with your grandchildren, or to journal your thoughts in a quiet notebook. These small acts carry deep weight. They are gifts, not only to others, but to yourself. Reflection does not mean getting stuck in the past. It means recognizing how far you have come. It means forgiving what cannot be changed. It means celebrating what was good and letting go of what no longer matters. This is also a time when many seniors begin to think about legacy, not in terms of money, but in terms of values. What do you want to be remembered for? What lessons do you want to pass on? What kind of example do you want to set? Even now, there is great power in this. Even if your body is slower, even if your world feels smaller, your spirit can grow larger than ever. You are not done teaching. You are not done loving. And you are certainly not done making an impact. Let this time be one of grace, of softness, of deep meaning. You have earned the right to reflect, to rest, and to live with purpose. As we close, I invite you to take a moment to reflect on the 5 changes we have explored together today. These shifts, from physical slowing to deeper reflection, are not signs of decline. They are signs of transition, of becoming. Which of these changes have you experienced yourself? Which have touched the life of someone you care for? I would love to hear from you. Please leave a comment below sharing one insight that stood out to you and how you plan to carry that wisdom into your life. If this video helped you feel seen, understood, or encouraged, please click like. Share it with someone who needs it. And if you have not yet, subscribe to our channel, Wisdom for Elders, and turn on notifications. We are building a community where every elder feels respected, valued, and inspired. Thank you for spending this time with me. You are not alone on this journey, and the best may still be ahead. Until next time, take good care.